we had obviously a few days. We played that Monday game in the afternoon. One, because the women had their first league game, so they wanted an evening slot. But I was hoping that when we scheduled it, that maybe we'd be able to get the players out of there. But we had to stay around till Tuesday to test, and then everybody got home Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Got back here in Manhattan on Saturday. So it's a nice break for them, and there's no doubt it's a chance. You're going to find around the country, I'm sure kids are going to come back and be infected, but I think for their well-being, for the mental part of it, they needed the break, and they needed to get home. We have a lot of young guys. They've been here without any kind of sense of normalcy since late June, early July, and I just felt it was important. So, we just hope for the best. We got to enjoy a little bit of our family, not like normal. We didn't get them all together. We stayed outside with our grandkids, and it's not fun, but it's what we got to deal with and just make the best of it.
Obviously, with a young team like you have, it's even more important, I think, because like you say, you go back to June and or July and some of these guys away from home for the first time, I'm going to guess there was some homesickness there, don't you think? It has to be.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And I don't know if you ever heard the story in 13. We struggled early, obviously, and Gonzaga beat us badly, and in Michigan we couldn't score in New York, and we were playing Florida, and I told the players I donate money so they can fly home. It's legal with the NCAA, and I told those guys that Rodney's group, Shane, J.O., they still talk about it. Martavius, I was trying to reach them. We're playing Florida, number 7 in the country, and I just said, hey guys, I'm staying here. My family's coming to Manhattan. If we don't win this game, you guys are staying right with me. Because at that time, there were no rules, and I would have never done it. But I said, I paid for the tickets, and I'll eat it. And I said, you better, and, if you remember back, it was a big win, a changing point in our season.
Yep.
And those guys still talk about it 8-9 years later that Coach Weber threatened to take their Christmas away. But with this group, I actually thought about it after Baylor, but I thought if I did that, they might, it would be totally the other way, where they would be so sad that I don't think they could deal with it. So I actually told them the story, and I just said, hey, I could be a jerk and threaten you, but I'm not going to. You're going home, but let's not go home until Tuesday. And I thought they came out and had a good effort against Jacksonville Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
Bruce Weber is with us here on Wildcat Insider. But clearly, the last 3 weeks post-Fort Hays State, things have gone a lot better, Baylor game notwithstanding, but that's, maybe the best team in the country right now outside of Gonzaga. I mean, how much better do you feel like this team is playing, and how tough was it for them to block out all the noise after the Fort Hays game?
Well, I'm not sure about the noise. And again, they're on social media a lot more than I am, so it probably affects them. But all we did was, we knew we didn't play well. Obviously, we're dealing with COVID. We're dealing with, injuries. All of a sudden, you got 2 potential starters not even playing. It's just, there was a lot of things, and we just said, hey, we got to focus. You learn from it. You learn from adversity. You get better. We know we're a better team than we showed, and we have. We played well. And, I thought we grinded through the Wisconsin-Milwaukee game. I thought we were really good against Iowa State. Then I'm like, well, maybe Iowa State's not that good, and they go to West Virginia 2 days later and play them through, to the last 30 seconds, led most of the game. So I was happy with that. Obviously, Baylor, we were not ready for that. And I think a little bit, it's, again, a learning process. You got to stay humble and hungry and realize what you are. And then we came back, and we shared the ball. We've gotten a little better on defense. We still got to get better, and we got to help them as a staff. And as much as we can. We can't put them in situations that they can't deal with. We have limited bodies, we have limited guard play because of numbers, and we got to make sure we keep them out of foul trouble. We keep compact, keep the ball in front of us, and hopefully get each day, each game, get a little bit better, and give ourselves a chance as we get into this league.
Again, Bruce Weber is our guest. I know you've been asked a bunch about Nigel and Davion and what they have brought to the table, but with that said, I want to ask you about Selton Miguel. Are you getting about what you thought he was capable of early? And how much more is in his, quote, freshman tank, would you say? Because it's obvious body-wise he's strong. He's ready, I think, for major college basketball. And I look at his numbers and say, you know what? He's done okay. He's done all right. What do you think?
Yeah, he has. And you got to realize, when he played in that first game, he had in practice for 3 weeks.
Yep.
And, 1 or 2 days. And people just, and it's not an excuse. It's just a reality. And you can't just, if you go out and try to do something that you haven't done for a month, it's hard. You can't, and it doesn't matter if they're young or not. So, and he had to figure it out. The injuries, all the things we've gone through, I guess in the long run, it's helped us because we've had to play Selton, we've had to play Carlton, we've had to play Steary, and were they ready to play? Probably not. But have they benefited from it? Yes, they have. And I think Selton has. He's got to figure out, and I said the coaches have to help the players. We got to figure out each player's niche and what they can do, and then kind of piece it together. And then the players got to figure out each other's niches and how they can use each other to become a better team. And we've had to learn on the run. It wasn't something that we had time early to do, and I think Selton can get better and better. And in fact, one of the things I always sit down over the break, and I write long texts to our coaches. And here's the things we need to think about as we approach the next stretch in our season. And one of the big things was how we can get Selton more involved and use his talent, so that it's to benefit us. Because we didn't, he didn't practice, but we didn't practice small ball at all. And now, because of, Monty and Tone being out and all the different things we've had to deal with, we've had to go small ball. And I think like I said, I think it's benefited us. Now can we take that and even get better with it and help him take a step, which hopefully will help our team take a step.
Bruce Weber is talking with us. I know, Bruce, this is something you spoke about earlier today on your Zoom teleconference, but just providing injury updates on the guys. With Montavious specifically, how much concern is there just about long-term lingering issues with his injury right now, and how close do you feel like he is?
Well, we talked today. I think it's kind of back and forth. Would we stick him in there tomorrow? Maybe 4, 6, 8 minutes, spread it out, or do we just wait for TCU? And I don't want to push it too much, and then it goes backwards, and then we don't have him at all. And so I think we'll probably he went a little more today. He hadn't practiced in a month since the UMKC game. So you can look back at your calendar. That was a Monday, so today is 4 weeks. And so, again, we don't want to push it. I'd say our goal is that he's involved with TCU, on a maybe not, 10, 15 minutes, which will help us. There's no doubt about it, because he is older and he gets in practice and he does stuff that our other guys don't do yet, because he has a feel. He's been taught. He knows what's going on, and even if it's 10 or 15 minutes, he's definitely going to help.